Now we successfully dispatch an action and change the value of the Redux store. Next, let's take a look at how you can add your employee using this add employee form. So as you know, we already have this add employee form inside this add user form.js file. What I have to do is I have to get values from this form and specify that to the backend. So at the top, right up here, as you know, we are using use reducer to get the value from the form and store that inside this form data variable. Now once the user fills the form and click on this add button, I want to store that data in the backend and update this table. So what we need to do is we need to use React query to insert the data as well as to prefetch the query and update the table. So at the top right up here, I'm going to say import. In the object, I'm going to say use query client from React query, as well as I'm using use mutation. Using use mutation hook, you can delete, update and create a new data. So just down here, right here, just out of this form reducer, I'm simply going to say add mutation. So I'm going to say here constant add mutation is equal to use mutation. Now the use mutation is a hook of React query and I'm using it to posting a new data to the backend. So as a first argument, you need to specify the callback function, which is used to post a new data to the backend. So I'm going to call my helper function here. So if I open the lib helper.js file, here you can notice I have here a function for posting a new data. This one, add a user. I'm going to use this function and specify that to this use mutation. So inside this use mutation, you have to pass your helper function. So right down here, I'm going to say import add user from the helper file. Copy this add user and specify that to the use mutation. Just out of that, as a second argument, you call an object. And inside this object, you can access different options of use mutation. Just for this example, I'm using an option called on success. There are different options you can access with this use mutation. I have a dedicated video on it. You can check out that video from the description. Just for now, I'm using here on success. So when we pass the data and the data successfully inserted in the database, use mutation is going to call this on success function. And inside this function, I'm going to say console.log data inserted. Just out of that, right down here, as you know, on submit, you will call this handle submit handler function, this one. And inside this function, we get the data inside this form data variable. So what we need to do is right here, I'm going to say if we don't have the form data, then I'm going to print this console message. If we have data, then I can destructure it and specify that to the add mutation. I'm going to get rid of this console.log and here I'm going to say let in the object, I'm going to destructure all the values of the form data. So I'm going to say here equal to sign and say form data. From this form data, you can access all the values of your input text boxes. So I'm going to destructure that inside this object. Here I'm going to say first name, then I'm going to call last name, then we have email, salary, date, and status. As you all know, we created this form in the previous lecture. Now we can access all these properties from this form data. Now once you have all this property, we need to first combine this first name and this last name. Now because in the model, here you can see I'm using first name and last name and store that inside a single field. So I'm going to combine both this first name and last name and store that inside a name field. And then I'm going to store all these values to the corresponding fields. So here I'm going to create a variable constant model is equal to, and in the object, I'm going to say name. Name is going to be, I'm going to pass here template string and then specify dollar in the curly braces. Going to first say first name, add here a space and call here dollar again and then specify last name. So I'm going to store first name and last name inside this model as a name field. Just out of that, pass here a comma and then I'm going to pass here avatar. Now because I'm not getting the value of the avatar from the user, I'm just going to pass this avatar URL right here. That's upon you. You can allow user to upload a new avatar and specify that value to the avatar property, but that would be a completely different tutorial. So if you want me to make a video on uploading a new avatar and specifying that value to the backend database, then I will make that video for you. Let me know in the comment section. Just for now, I'm going to specify this hard-coded URL, and instead of the same avatar for all the users, I'm using here math function to specify different images to the different employees. So instead of this 4, here I'm going to pass dollar curly braces and I'm going to call here math.floor, and inside this I'm going to say math dot random. I'm going to call here random numbers, and inside this random numbers I'm going to just multiply it by 10. So this is going to return random numbers from 0 to 10. Now just out of that, once we specify that, here I'm going to say email. I'm not going to specify any value to the email because I'm getting the value from the form data. Then I'm going to say here salary and date. And after that, I want to specify status. Now here what I'm going to do is, if the user won't select the status, then I'm going to specify the default value to this status. So here I'm going to pass colon and pass value to the status. So if the user select these checkboxes, then I'm going to specify that value to this status. If the user select any of these radio checkboxes, then I'm going to specify that value to this status. But if user won't select anything, then I'm going to return the default value active. And then what you have to do is, you have to pass this data to the add mutation. As you know, to this add user, if you back to the helper.js file, you have a parameter called form data. You have to pass data when you add a new user inside a database. So you specify that right down here. So you call add mutation dot mutate. So to the mutate function, you pass all the values of your form. So I'm going to pass here model. Now just out of that, using this add mutation, you can access is loading, is error, and is success properties. So right down here, before this return statement, here you can say if add mutation dot is loading. If it is loading, then return a division tag with loading message. If add mutation dot is error, if it is error inside this add mutation, then return that, and I'm going to return that with this component. So I'm going to copy this bug component, specify that here, and instead of this error, right now I'm going to say add mutation dot error dot message. So using this add mutation, you can get the error message and specify that to the component. Just after that, if it is successful, so if the data is successfully added, you call add mutation is success and return a success component. If you scroll up, here you have the success component. I'm going to use that right down here. So I'm going to say here success, and to the success we specify message, which is going to be added successfully. Back to my project, and now let me specify some values to this input text boxes. If I try to type something here, I'm going to get this error component. This is because we have this statement here. I added this statement at the beginning of this project. Let me get rid of this statement right from here. Save this file, back to the project, reload it, add a new employee. So I'm going to specify the username first. So I'm going to specify the first name, then specify the last name, then specify email, salary, status is going to be active, and then specify the date. When I click on the add button, you can see I'm going to get here a message, data added successfully. And when you open your console.log, you will get this data inserted message. But when you reload your browser, you're not going to get this updated data inside this table. The problem might be in this add user. This add user won't able to insert data inside the MongoDB database. So what we have to do is, we have to back to the helper.js. Let me check this add user. Yeah, right here I have to pass the /, or I can just pass this / right to this base URL, something like this. And let me get rid of this / right from this get users. Let me save this file, and I have the same URL to all my helper functions. You can notice. Now let me save this, back to the add user form, and now instead of this console.log, I'm going to update the table data. Instead of reloading the browser, I want to update the table data. So at the top right up here, I'm going to say constant query client is equal to use query client. I'm using my query client data. So right down here, I'm going to say query client dot prefetch, and I'm going to prefetch the users, and then I'm going to call get users function, this one. So we need to import this. So let me just import that right up here, get users, and call that inside this on success. Let me save this file back to my project, reload it, and let me specify values to these text boxes. So if I specify the first name, last name, then specify the email, salary, then specify the date and the active status. When I click on the add button, you can see now my data is successfully added. You will see this message, add successfully, and we have 3 employees inside this table. Now you can see we successfully added a new employee inside this project. Let's take a look at how we can update this user.